Over a year has passed since prismatic evolutions hit the market, and the shockwaves are still breaking the Richter scale. Collectors panicked, investors scrambled, and the Pokémon company ran the printers into the ground to feed an unprecedented frenzy. If you want to know what peak modern TCG insanity looks like, look no further. Is your portfolio positioned to ride this unstoppable wave, or are you already drowning? Let's dive into the data. Released on January 17, 2025, this expansion immediately cemented itself as one of Pokémon's most controversial and headline-making releases. The demand was so ravenous that it caused the Goliath of trading card games to make an official, highly publicized announcement. They were maxing out their printers to satiate the market. Yet, despite this monumental promise to print the set into the ground, regular Elite Trainer boxes are currently sitting at an eye-watering 190 plus. It is time to dissect exactly what the market did to this set over the last year. First, we must establish a crucial disclaimer regarding the sealed market. There is absolutely no way of knowing how many sealed super premium collections, Elite Trainer boxes, and booster bundles are actually stored away in closets and off the market. For the sake of this analysis, we must assume that a massive, almost incomprehensible amount of product is currently being hoarded by long-term holders. Therefore, we are examining only what is actively listed and analyzing the current, tangible data we have today. Looking at the regular ETB, the price action has been a fascinating roller coaster for investors. For a long time, the price was heavily suppressed, held down around the $100 mark. It bounced between that baseline and the $130 range for months as waves of supply hit. However, this past month, it completely broke resistance and shot upwards. This upward trend is staggering when you consider that this is likely one of Pokémon's most printed products in its entire 30-year history. The super premium collections tell an even wilder story of market correction and recovery. At release, FOMO drove these boxes to around $500, only for reality to crash them down to the sub-$200 range once supply opened up. Now they have slowly and organically climbed back into the 300s and seem undeniably headed higher. Outside of the elusive Pokémon Center ETBs, if you were lucky enough to purchase them, this product stands out the best for what's inside compared to others. Furthermore, bundles and blisters are making steady climbs. Amazingly, the minimum loose pack value has never fallen below the $10 mark, holding a massive premium even with maximum supply. To understand the immense value retention, we must look at the sheer difficulty of completing the master set. Prismatic Evolutions boasts a staggering 32 different Special Illustration Rare SIR cards, intertwined with highly sought-after Master Ball and Pokeball variants, Hyper Rares and Ultra Rares. The pull rates are notoriously unforgiving. This isn't just community speculation. It is mathematically proven in the pulled card ratios, opening data, and the surprisingly restrained graded population counts. Let's look at the undisputed king and its top contenders among the big Evolution SIRs. The Umbreon SIR features dark, mesmerizing, moonlit artwork that instantly captivated collectors. With a PSA 10 population of 4,500 plus, it started at breathtaking highs of 1,500 plus and currently dominates the market around $1,200. For card prices, we will be referencing the near-mint raw current market values. The Pastel, Dreamlike Sylveon SIR, PSA 10 pop, 2,700 plus, dropped from its 700 plusers peak, but holds incredibly strong at $300. Close behind is the serene, nature-bound Leafeon SIR, PSA 10 pop, 3,100 plus, which debuted around $500 and now rests comfortably at a very healthy $220. The middle of the pack still boasts premium investment value, featuring cards with vibrant, personality-driven artistic direction. The Psychic, Sunbathed Espeon SCR carries a PSA 10 population of 2,400 plus, dropping from 500 plus highs to a stable $200 current market. The Icy Crystalline Glaceon SIR, PSA 10 pop, 2,600 plus, fell from 400 plus to $180, making it a prime consolidation target for budget-conscious investors. Meanwhile, the incredibly fluid and aquatic Vaporeon SIR despite a surprisingly low PSA 10 pop of just 1,800 plus, slid from 400 plus to a highly accessible $170. Round out the singles are the classic trio and the mascot itself, providing a fantastic entry point for portfolio diversification. The fiery, explosive Flareon S-Year, PSA 10 pop, TWI 400 plus, and the electric dynamic Jolteon S-Year, PSA 10 pop, TWI 300 plus, started at 400 plus and 300 plus respectively, now finding solid floors at $160 and $140. Finally, the card that started it all, the adorable Eevee, has a surprisingly tight PSA 10 pop of 1,800 plus. It peaked at 200 plus and is currently trading around $120, making it a fascinating long-term hold given its iconic status. Reflecting on the mass appeal of this set, the continued sealed growth in just a year after wave upon wave of consistent reprints is awe-inspiring. It demonstrates the absolute powerhouse that this set is, and furthermore, proves the unyielding beast that is the Pokémon TCG. Prismatic evolutions will undeniably continue to define the Scarlet and Violet era. It stands as a pivotal point in the history of Pokémon, highlighting its bedrock consistency and unshakable foundation in the modern trading card market. For market updates like this and more, join our free daily newsletter at tcjournal.io.